Chilanga Converses.
Welcome back to another episode of Chilanga Converses, and today we're doing our freestyle interview. I'm your host, Mr. Pars, or you can call me Sunday.
I'm Malundu, the Kingpin.
And we're with Chilanga residents
Magu,
Sanjay.
and Sanjay. Welcome back, guys.
Hey.
thanks. Thank you very much. Nice to be on the show again.
Yeah, for sure,
After
man.
a while.
Yeah, it's good to have you guys back. Okay, so as always, we take topic requests from the audience, and they tell us what they want to hear, basically.
Yeah.
So our first topic request comes from a Chilanga resident, Thandiwe. Soft copy versus hard copy in terms of reading material.
Mm-hmm.
Like, will there become a point where hard copy becomes obsolete? Like, we won't need to use it anymore. Because you can't lose digital products, can you?
Yeah, but there's always the downside to digital products, man. Like, especially if you see our Zambian setup. Sometimes we don't have electrical power, man. So how do you get to your digital copy when you don't have electricity?
Yeah. So there are limitations to the digital copy.
There's limitations to it. Yeah, definitely.
But
Whilst
sometimes
the hard copy also has its downsides. It's easier to lose. Yeah, the wear and tear.
and it could be quite costly as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it might be easier for some students to get a book digitally
Yeah.
than struggle to save up money for a hard copy one.
A lot of information these days is virtual.
It's virtual. Yeah.
Yes, it's electronic. It's up there in the interwebs.
Yeah.
So it's happened a couple of times. People have come to me and they'll be like, do you know I can find this book? And I get it from them from a website.
Yeah.
Where you can get free PDFs.
Yeah.
And the like. Renowned authors. Chimamanda Ngozi, for instance.
Yeah.
Her entire bibliography can be found on the internet.
Yeah.
But then I found there's a restriction with Zambian authors.
Yeah.
Right? So you find like Nomani Serpo. Yeah, she's the one who wrote what book is that? Anyway, it's a book about Zambia.
Okay.
And
Zambia.
she's Zambian born, but she lives abroad.
Yeah.
And she won numerous prizes for this book. Yeah, I just forget the title. It's on the tip of my fingertips. But yeah, so maybe it really does come down to what are your needs at the moment. You know?
And there's not always such a pragmatic reason behind the preference of either one, because some people, they feel like they can pay more attention if they're physically holding it.
Yeah.
Also, the book has been through things. Your father used to own the book, he
Yeah.
used to talk about it, and he gave it to you. So
Yeah.
there's that attachment to it.
It's also about the generation that somebody's lived through. Other people feel hard copy is the best because you don't have any distractions. Yeah, because your soft copy will either be on your phone, your tablet, your
And,
laptop.
you switch to a tab where you
Yeah.
can play music, and then you go back.
Yeah. So it's got its limitations in that you can easily get distracted. Without actually realizing. Yeah.
It's the more conventional means of reading, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because by extension, if you use a tablet, then you make a foray into apps like Kindle, for instance.
Yeah.
And in as much as we would say like reading culture in Zambia is so much different from other places in the world,
Yeah.
what about reading electronically on Kindle? How many people are reading Kindle, for instance?
And there are long-term effects as well. If the whole world was to switch to soft copy, that means you'd always have to keep all your devices charged and with you at the same time, which would, increase carbon footprints of different countries, which would, contribute to global warming at a faster rate.
You know,
I stand
your soft
corrected.
copy also has its, its weakness. Say, for example, if it's sensitive information, somebody could easily hack into your soft copy. Whilst you could keep your hard copy on you at all times, and that person wouldn't access it. So it's got its limitations. It's got its upside. It's got its downside at the same time. Yeah.
Okay, I think maybe people should keep both sides of the coin. Let's go digital. Let's keep it physical. It's sure okay. Like Muludu said, I mean, it comes down to preference at the end of the day. It really does come down to preference. But if we can keep both sides, I think when we know this side is messed up, we can go this side. Or if it's messed up this side, we go this side. Because I mean, you look at paper, we're talking of trees and whatnot. I mean, how many trees do we plant after cutting enough trees to make that same paper and that kind of stuff? So I like also the global warming thing you talked of. Yeah. So long term, I think it's not really a bad idea to grasp onto both.
That's actually that's a novel idea. I for one, I was encouraged to keep a library of books.
Okay.
Considering what with school. So keep a library, and if you have a green library, that shows that you care for the environment. Because then, I mean, for instance, like libraries I remember being at Chaminuka and seeing the library that was there. It filled the whole room. Like all four walls, from top to bottom, just different books. So it's like it's incredible what that could do for the environment.
That's true.
I was actually thinking about the benefits of having a hard copy library and a soft copy library. You could easily lose a lot of books in a soft copy library. Like, have you ever tried collecting certain categories for books and found that you forget you have some of that? But if you had a hard copy library, it's impossible to miss.
Especially if you've got multiple people accessing. Say it's a computer, right? You have a family computer. You have your books on that computer. One click, delete.
And everything is gone. Or if it crashes. Or if it's infected with the virus.
The virus?
All right. A virus.
A virus.
I like Corona and the PC.
That's
the first time we're laughing about Corona out here.
But then if you have a physical library, then the dangers to the library are fire, fire or flood.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so I agree with Sanjay. Both sides of the coin. Preference.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it moving. Next one from Trust. His name is Trust. Stays in Matero. Does some advertising for us sometimes.
Okay.
Good guy.
Shout out to Trust.
Anyway,
we're going to trust his information.
That's what's up. He wants to hear about Dance Mania. For those of us who do not really know about Dance Mania.
I guess you guys have
is
to
gonna break it down
for us,
Okay, so what comes to mind? Let me just pick your brains before I delve into it,
I picture like a ring full of wrestlers. Instead of WrestleMania, they just all start dancing, like Dance Mania.
First guy tired. The last guy standing.
Last guy standing.
Wins the Dance Mania tournament.
So anyway, I feel like it's a dance fever of some sort, something that gets people going. I don't know what you think, Sanjay.
Dance Mania, what really comes to my mind? Of course, I mean, dance is the topic we're talking about. Probably also maybe it's expression, I don't know, it's understanding, it's being broken down, its essence, its very existence.
I was thinking that it was like some kind of festival. You know,
Or you get to dance.
yeah. It's a great name, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's cool.
But
It's
anyway.
catchy.
Okay, so it's actually Dancing Mania,
Okay.
also known as the Dancing Plague,
Okay.
right? So this happened in Europe, somewhere between the 14th and 17th centuries. So basically, groups of people would bunch up and they would start dancing erratically, non-stop, like crazy, for hours at a time, not letting up, just, you know, like the freakiest thing you ever saw. You know?
It was there.
Yes.
there.
So apparently thousands of people were affected. You know, and a lot of people thought this was a sickness. You know, like this was something that was in the air, was in the water, that was reaching people, and they would just start dancing till their feet started to bleed, till they would pass out from exhaustion. You know,
That's crazy.
Really?
yeah,
That's
just
crazy.
and the thing is, there wouldn't even be any music, you know, just crowd of people in the streets just dancing, gyrating hips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
just really,
It was in
really
Europe, right?
crazy. Yes, it was in Europe.
Sorry, the time period again?
This is between the 14th century and the 17th century.
Got some time back, eh?
Wait.
We're glad that's not like in our age, because we would have had like the Twerkminator.
The Twerkminator.
As part of the Dance Mania crew, you know.
Come back from the future.
Come back from the future. Twerkminator. Yeah.
And the next
Yeah.
one, I like that.
Yeah.
Terminator.
But I think Dance Mania would be a great song title. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
you could make a song about the plague, you know, the dancing disease, and call it Dance Mania.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it swept through the nation.
Yeah, you know how our
So
brothers love
people would
new
actually
words.
die from dancing.
Yes, they would.
Oh my god. So you have to
Exhaustion?
dance until you die.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody actually tried to hand them food.
Yeah, you know.
Yo, take the food. You can keep dancing, but just.
But dude,
Yeah.
why
But-
wouldn't you stop and
Yeah.
just eat, man? Like,
Yeah.
I
you know how
understand,
hungry
like,
I
you
am.
know,
I love video games, man. Like, but you'll never see me going hungry because of video games.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure. But then, was there some type of security, you know, attached to it? Like, oh, if you don't dance, we're killing you. That type of arrangement. Were people forced to dance? Or
No.
people just at will.
It was spontaneous.
At will.
You know, that's the thing. So all of a sudden it would start. You know, just you walking through a marketplace, you want to get yourself some pears, whatever it is that you want to buy, fruits,
Yeah.
and you look to your left and you see someone dancing.
Yeah.
You know, going for it, jumping and just dancing, and another person joins and another. Before you know it, it's a whole group of people and they're not stopping.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think things like flash mobs were inspired by Dance Mania?
Flash mobs.
Yeah.
I think that's a stretch.
It would be
It's a
nice,
stretch.
wouldn't it?
Okay. So one incident in 1278 involved about 200 people. So they were dancing on a bridge over the River Meuse, and the bridge collapsed.
Were they dancing as they were? Were they dancing when they hit the water, or did they try and swim? Because I can't imagine you're in the water and you're still gonna try and dance.
Oh my god. So they would actually try and dance after, even after falling from the bridge.
Whoa. History leaves out that bit of information.
Yeah, yeah, and as bit of it is, it's quite important. Well, I've got something to say about it though. I can relate to it through religion. Sometimes it's about belief, sometimes it's about, because look, if it really wasn't in the air like COVID is, or this kind of stuff where it's infectious, it's probably just about belief. It's the same message we receive about the Lord Jesus Christ, you know. And then it's persuasive enough to get an individual to following it, even without much, you know, persuasion to it, you know. Its persuasiveness just makes you feel like, oh, I feel like I belong, you know. So probably it was their convictions, you know. I see Mr. Pars dancing over there, and I'm like, he looks cool in the process, you know, and he looks like he's attracting something around him as he does his dance moves. Let me dance with him, and if it means me dying, I will still dance. So I think probably it had a lot to do with what people believed in, people's conviction, even if
Like
it
a
looks
frenzy.
stupid in another. Yeah, in another side. Yeah.
There's that crowd
Yeah.
mentality as well.
Yeah.
Just keeps attracting more and more people.
You know what I mean, huh?
But how did Dance Mania come to an end?
Yeah.
Well, basically, events involving Dance Mania dwindled to the point of being somewhat non-existent.
So it wasn't as well. People just weren't as enthusiastic in their dancing anymore.
Yeah, probably. So what exactly would Trust love to know? You know, he just wanted us to touch it a little bit, like we have.
Well,
So
basically,
far.
break it down.
Break
you
it
know,
down.
go through it, explore it.
Yeah,
Wonder like why it happened.
Yo, trust. We are trusting this process. You know, to breaking this down to you, because honestly, I think it had a lot to do with conviction, man. You know, she hit me up, Trust.
Nice one, bro. Nice one.
All right, next topic is from Angelique and Chilanga.
Hey, Chilanga.
Shout out to everybody there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
How to help, well, basically how to deal with a partner who has lost a loved one.
Let's get emotional now.
All right, that one's there's no one remedy. You know, just depends on the person. You know.
Yeah.
I've been in that situation a couple of times where a friend of mine has lost somebody close to them, a mother, a brother. You know, some guys would rather you don't talk about it till they're ready. You know, had one friend, he didn't talk about it the whole funeral. Yeah, he cried the day after the burial. You know, he opened himself up after the burial. You know, I just had to wait for him. He didn't really want to talk about the grim situation because at the time,
Yeah.
he was feeling anything that could take his mind off the fact that he's lost a loved one was a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. For him at that time, he just wanted to joke, you know, drink, you know, get high with the boys. Yeah. So it depends. For other people, they want you to be there step by step, every step of the way. You know. Yeah. Another friend of mine, a female, she felt the need to communicate with me every hour or so. Yeah, so it really depends on the person, but the best is listen, take your time and give the appropriate advice. You know, some advice wouldn't be appropriate for certain people depending on how they think. You know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I'm also thinking about, well, I think what she specifically wanted to know about is if you are their partner romantically, like, you know, you have to deal with that person day in, day out, but like, okay, stuff is going really badly.
yeah.
Yeah, how do you eventually navigate with the person you're with?
Okay. I think one word from my side, then I can build up from there. Patience. I feel, you know what your partner is going through at that moment. Not that you completely know what they're going through, but you have an idea based on how your partner's relationship with the late now was. You know, so you can start from there. I mean, take your time. If others, it might even take a month. You know, but they'll heal every day, because I've come to understand one thing about life. I think time is a good revealer of how it itself will heal you. And other people take it as far as God, will heal you in the time and the like. But there's an important component there, time, patience. Be patient with your partner, understand what they're going through when they're moody, all that kind of stuff. Love has to be stronger than all that. Just be patient and understand. Of course, sometimes they might even take advantage of the situation, but then if you love them, you'll be patient enough to know when they're okay now.
How about if you introduce the issue of intimacy? Would it be appropriate?
That's very interesting. Nice.
I guess it. Okay, I guess like Magu said, it depends on the person, right?
Yeah.
So there are opposite sides of the spectrum. Maybe one person's partner would want to do it all the time, just to keep their minds off this tragic thing. As where someone else would just not want that space violated.
I've seen both happen. I had a friend who constantly had to be comforted, emotionally and physically, so that he could get his mind off the fact that his dad passed on. And then I also experienced the time when my uncle complained. He's a cop. He was complaining. He was like, yo, this was supposed to be our romantic time. I took time off at work. I'm on leave. I was expecting to have a romantic time with my wife, and then her mother dies. So he gets drunk and is now complaining, yo, I can't be intimate with my wife because her mother's dead. What should I do?
No, that it does remind me of Shaka Zulu when his mother died, and people weren't allowed to be intimate for a year.
Yes, the whole village.
It makes me wonder the connection that death and physical intimacy play, how we associate the two.
I think one is associated with pleasure, while the other one is, it's emptiness, it's nothingness. Someone going off into the void.
Well, but there are a good number of people who believe that it's a better place. And then there are the warriors or fighters who believe like to die valiant, or it's an honor. So it's to be celebrated. So
it's really complicated, because like I said, it's a personal issue. It depends on the person themselves. You have to first know your partner. Does my partner love distraction during a period of grief, or would my partner rather have somebody supporting them? Some people just want you to be there doing things for them, not really talking to them, doing the basics, transporting a tent, for example, hiring a catering company to help you with the proceedings of the funeral, whilst others would just want to talk. They've got everything in check, they just want to talk to someone. And others just want to get a distraction, get something off their mind, so they would rather be intimate, maybe drink some alcohol, whatever gets things off their mind.
Sure.
Now I'm thinking about the partner, the one not going through the loss. Would there be a point where, let's say, yes, I've been patient, it's been a long time, like Shaka's villagers, like they've been patient, they've been good, but like it's been a year. Is there an enough? Is there a point where you can be like, all right, my partner needs maybe some professional help, or we need to get his family involved or her family involved? Yeah, because so far all we have is that skeleton, since it's a case-by-case basis, which is like patience, listening, giving them time. But what is the partner supposed to do?
I believe if it gets to a point where somebody's depressed, because for some people death takes them towards depression, you know. Probably the person they lost was a pillar, maybe mentally, yeah, you know, just somebody who would sharpen your mind, somebody who would guide you, and you feel like you've lost a sense of direction because your guide's gone, you know. Yeah. So if it gets to that point where a person is depressed, some people won't eat. Yeah. So then it's imperative that you take them, let them see a therapist or somebody professional who can help them with their situation.
Yeah.
And okay, time is also relevant, you know. You understand if you're grieving for a month to 3 months. Yeah. But if it goes beyond that, 6 months down the line, just you grim, you don't really want to get up and go to work, you know, then you really need help.
Yeah.
I'd recommend buying your partner a book, you know, to go through the whole grieving process.
But would they
You
want
know.
to read it?
At some point, they might read it, yes. For instance, Chimamanda Ngozi, she wrote a book called Notes on Grief about dealing with grief after her dad died.
I think, yeah, it's a good approach, because, you know, somebody who's grieving looks at the book and the title itself says that probably they might find some hope in it, and at the end of it all, who knows, it might help them somehow, somewhere, and then come back to you and say, you know what, thanks for that book. You know.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you could use a lot of stuff like that. Probably get them a gift, you know, do them something nice, give them their favorite stuff, but still from there. You know, so
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the next topic. Thank you guys for working through that one. It was a very sensitive topic,
Yes, it was.
and we do try our best to be as objective as possible, and you know, just explore the matter.
Yeah.
Next topic is from Beanie. She's from Mazabuka, and she wants to know about nutrition tips for this pandemic. Is there anything how you can balance your diet to basically help protect you? Because at the end of the day, it is your body that has to fight off.
Yeah. Okay. I think for me, just 3. A lot of water. Doesn't matter if it's chill, cold, hot. It's up to how you like it. But sometimes cold could enhance certain things in you. So just make sure most of the time it's just chill. But a lot of water. That's the point. Water is key for me. Hot food probably. Make sure it's cooked. You know, cook that food nice and well. Let it simmer, burn well. Eat that food, man. And fruits, of course. I'm just making them general because I have nothing really at the back of it all. But I follow this, man. Make sure your food is nicely cooked, hot, fruits, and a lot of water. You'll be good. You'll be good, Mazabuka.
I think most importantly,
One
should try to strengthen their immune system.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Ultimately, that should be the goal.
The goal.
So you can
What
fight
the-
off ills, because some people don't die from coronavirus, they die from COVID-related deaths.
That's the thing.
You know, so it's not the virus that's taking someone out, but you know, complications resulting from the virus.
Your
Yes.
body not being prepared to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if your immune system is working at optimum levels, you should be able to stave off an attack.
Yeah.
From my end, for our setup, Zambia, I know not everybody has access to all kinds of fruits, but I guess the majority of Zambians has access to wild vegetables. Wild vegetables, right now I'd actually tell you, try and pick wild vegetables over farm grown. You have your mupilu, you have your wondwe, you have your katapa, chihuahua. Those are more helpful. They have more nutrition. Yeah, so they'll really boost your immune system and help you fight, you know, things that could say, for example, the COVID will definitely mess up your immune system. So if you have any deficiencies, it's hard for you to recover from that, you see. So your wild vegetables will give you your vitamin E, your D, your A. So yeah, I would really recommend wild vegetables with fruits as well.
Eat as much healthy stuff as you can. I also recommend, well, this is not when you have the virus, but maybe get your body used to being active, basically exercise.
Yeah.
Your body has to get used to getting stronger.
Yeah.
For sure.
Pretty much that's it. All right. That was a quick one, wasn't it, guys?
Quicker than most.
Good old nutrition. All right. Next one. This is coming from Nick in London. He wants to hear about the Super Bowl, about Tom Brady's achievement.
Nice.
Kingpin, you know the specifics a bit better, right? Like he's the first, the records, the stats, things like that. Yeah,
He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, isn't it?
Yeah. You enlighten us.
Okay. So Tom Brady plied his trade with the New England Patriots.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last season he was traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Cam Newton, who played for the Carolina Panthers, replaced him. Yeah. So Cam Newton basically tanked that season, and he's all right. He had one Super Bowl appearance before, but Tom Brady goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and these guys, for all intents and purposes, are not the best team in the NFL. They're not rated highly amongst the better teams. You've got your Green Bay Packers, you've got your Pittsburgh Steelers. There are no Pittsburgh Steelers, right?
Yeah.
So he goes to Tampa Bay, to the Bucks, and Rob Gronkowski, he joins him as well. So Gronkowski basically is the runner of the ball, and him and Brady had so much success together at the New England Patriots. So the Bucks have a phenomenal season. They reach the playoffs. They win the playoffs. They go to the Super Bowl. Now the achievement is that before there hadn't been an NFL team that had played a Super Bowl in their home stadium. Yeah. And by extension, there hadn't been an NFL team that had won a Super Bowl in their home stadium.
Yeah.
So Tom Brady gets to the Super Bowl. He's in there. The Super Bowl. And long story short, he wins the Super Bowl.
He wins it for his team.
He wins it for his team. So the manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he took a hands-off approach with Tom Brady. So he was like, basically, you go out there, use your experience, use your guts, use your instincts, and you win those games. Yeah. And that's exactly what Tom Brady did with Gronkowski. In the Super Bowl, the opposition, they did not score not even one touchdown.
That's sad. Yeah.
All they did was make field goals.
The same opposition were champions. In
Yes.
the Super Bowl before.
Yes, the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes.
To think you can't even score one touchdown in your next,
The
try
defense
defending
should
your
have been
title.
on point. Yeah. Have to give credit to his teammates as well, because you have your fullbacks They're protecting, guarding their quarterback, you know. Yeah.
So you can fact check me on this one, but this should be the 6th or the 7th Super Bowl ring that Tom Brady has.
So he basically holds the most Super Bowl rings, doesn't he?
He should.
Yeah,
But what's most phenomenal is he leaves the Patriots, which are a phenomenal team. You know, they've won so many Super Bowls and they have all this infrastructure, you know, training facilities, the works. And he just gets one guy who used to be on his team. And together they make magic happen. They win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
the rest are
You know, I've seen that hands-off approach in basketball, but it's the first time I'm hearing of it in American football, you know. Yeah.
Even in football, you know, it's a soccer.
Yeah.
You know, you got your Ronaldos or your
Yeah.
Messis. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think people are like, yo, you should be there.
They don't call the plays. No, they don't call the plays. They may just give him the ball and let him manipulate it, have the majority of it, but they won't give him the plays. With Brady, it was different. He was calling the plays. Yeah, he's got a set of plays that his coach has given him, but he'll decide which one's best to run with. Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's crazy. Yeah.
How long has his career spanned? Because I'm sure
A
he
while.
was playing before we were born.
A while.
Yeah.
When I first got onto NFL, Tom Brady was at the Patriots. You know, and this was like, eesh, man, such a long time ago. Such a long time ago. I can't even pinpoint the exact year.
I heard that one of his teammates was his fan, like as a child, and then he grew up, and now he's like his teammate. You know,
Yeah.
Like it's a dream to play with your idol, you know.
He told a person who they played a game with, he was like, I played with your dad. You know? And it's great to see you. You're a young talent. You're coming up in the game. You're doing all these things right. Yeah, he had a moment like that.
No, I think about what you said, like he was calling the plays, you know.
Yeah.
I was thinking, you know, he's old enough to be the coach as well, so you know, he can call plays.
Yeah. It's kind of how when Jordan came back from retirement to the NBA, the Wizards coach had a hands-off approach with him. He'll tell the team, if you don't know what to do with the ball, give it to Jordan. He'll know what to do with it. Yeah. So to have an athlete who's won, who can inspire a whole team, you know, that's great. You know, it's not only his talent, but his presence on the court or on the pitch is able to uplift other people's spirits, you know. Yeah. Very few athletes like that.
Most definitely. And did you hear about what happened at the parade after the Super Bowl?
No.
So Tom Brady is tipsy. You know, he's had a little something to drink.
Yeah.
And
Celebration drinks.
they're at like a pier.
Yeah.
So Gronkowski, he's on a boat, right? Just a little ways. It's not even that big a distance, you know, maybe like 2-3 meters.
Yeah.
So what Brady does is he's standing on the dock, right? And he's got the trophy,
Yeah.
the Super Bowl trophy,
Yeah.
and he tosses it over the water to Gronk, who's on the other side,
Yeah.
right? And Gronk catches it.
Yeah.
You know, then Gronk tosses it back, you know. So everybody was watching and they were like, oh my gosh, what happens if the trophy goes into the water?
The Holy Grail.
You know,
Yeah.
his kid was like, Daddy, no. You know? Yeah, so that happened, and the daughter of the person who designed the trophy said that Tom Brady should apologize for that little...
Play around with the Super Bowl cup.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Disrespecting the honor and
Of the
prestige.
game.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you guys think it was a problem?
I don't think so. I think he was just having some fun, you know. You know, it's a piece of silverware, guys. Don't take it too seriously.
You know what I mean?
I understand it's a cup and it represents the bravery or the struggle of a champion, you know, to get there.
Yeah.
But it's not like he was pouring Hennessy into the Stanley Cup and drinking out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you'd like, you should check out the weekend's halftime Super Bowl performance. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I need to see it sometime.
I was gonna argue that it is, they are the champions, so it should be their choice what they do with it. Yeah. But then I remembered Kanye West putting the Grammy Awards in the toilet. And I just thought, okay, no.
That was disrespectful.
That's incredibly disrespectful.
But then you have 21 Savage who was playing around with the Grammy all around the hood, busy posing with his friends, niggas stepping on top of that, Sorry about the words. But, yeah, he had people tossing it back and forth, Yeah, so, he was just being playful. That's different from throwing the trophy in the toilet.
That is blatantly disrespectful.
Yeah. Yes, I guess you have to observe sometimes, because there was a video of the whole Tom Brady thing where you can tell they're just having fun, Yeah, I guess, you just observe the manner in which it's done, really. There's context to everything, isn't there?
True. Yeah, I think most people will agree with me on this one. Most athletes have a juvenile way of celebrating,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it just brings out the kid in you, Yeah, finally gotten what you wanted all your life. Mm-hmm. So why not jump around, skid on the floor,
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, celebrate. Because you've been containing all this emotion throughout the entire journey, because nobody, I think it's almost like a ritual in sport, right?
Yeah.
You don't, even if your team has been, doing great, and you're pretty much heading towards a great feat. It's nearly a protocol to just be like, we don't know what's gonna happen in the future. We're just taking it game by game. Just do the best we can. Focus on our next opponents. Yeah, it's pretty much taboo to be like, yeah, we are gonna win this.
Yes.
Like our next team. Like, they haven't won in 5 weeks. So
absolutely.
So when it comes to celebrating you've reached, you should celebrate.
Indeed.
Yeah. Sorry, Sanjay. I know, you don't watch that much sport, right?
Yeah, I'm more of a golf person.
Golf
Yeah.
is a sport. Yeah.
I love golf, man. Love golf.
Makes me think about golf tournaments. It's all done on a points by points basis, right?
Yeah.
And you never do teams. It's always like a group of individuals going up against each other in terms of points.
Okay. I'm not too sure about now, but I do think you can do groups, but it's always about individual. You can be in a group, but I think scored individually.
At the same time, the group thing might weigh heavily. It might take a lot of time.
It
right?
does, yeah.
Did you guys hear about that swimmer who moved to South Africa? And she put up some posts on social media.
Yeah.
She was like, she wanted to qualify for the Olympics, right? That are going to happen in Tokyo. Yeah. So she was advised by a trainer, one of her trainers, that she needs to go to a place where there's adequate support and facilities for something like that. So she moved from Zambia and she went to South Africa just so she could pursue that dream.
It makes sense. If you want to go to the next level, you need more resources which target such goals.
Yeah, I believe also in Zambia we don't have that much opportunity in terms of diverse sports, different kinds of sports.
Because it's just football,
Because people are mainly concentrating on soccer, and that's where they're placing their money. That's where the government will invest. I've seen so many amazing basketballers in Zambia at college ball games. where I know if this guy was in Angola, he would definitely get picked. You know, if this guy was in Cameroon, he would probably be one of the NBA picks. You know, yeah. But he's stuck playing for Zambia's Green Buffaloes. Or, you know, that's a Hurricane. Come on, man. At the end of the season, the coach goes and buys them a couple of Jameson bottles, couple of Hennessy bottles. Come on, man. That's peanuts, man. These guys
I saw
are not
this
even
story
making
in the news.
$3,000 a month.
I saw this story in the news. This one footballer, his transfer fee was 10,000 kwacha, and he received 10% of the transfer fee, which is how much? 1,000 kwacha.
Like, and like in relation to the dollar, what's 1,000 kwacha?
No, like for real, man.
Dude, that's like $50, man. I know.
I think it might even be 40 or 30. Yeah, the dollar's gone up, guys.
Yeah, it has.
Because we're talking about golf before, right?
Yeah.
Most times you find that if there's a golf tournament, it's foreigners who are going to win that trophy.
Exactly. You know, speaking of golf, one of the what are these guys? Some big guys here in Zambia who are affiliated with the Golf Association of Zambia wanted to bring Tiger Woods over, but then they couldn't because just his appearance fee, or how much he was telling management, they'll need just for him to swing on the pitch, man, and just maybe take pictures and just, Tiger Woods is here, was too much. It was already more than what they budgeted for that specific tournament on the tours. But can you imagine? And it was a big tournament. It wasn't I think it should have been, if not the Zanapo Masters, but anyway, I don't see.
Yeah, but you know, okay,
big tournament.
with golf, I think we're trying. You know, we're trying. There's this man at Samba Golf Club. Yeah, former golf champion, I think 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I know him, Mr. Mundapoli.
Yeah, he's set up like an academy for kids,
Nice.
10 to 13 years of age. Yeah, he believes sometimes we wait till it's too late. You know, you want to start playing golf when you're 20. Yeah, you'll be way better at it if you start when you're like 13. You know, yeah. So that's what he's working on.
And people underestimate golf.
They really do.
You know, they think you can be like 80 and start today, and you can play as like
You're a grandmaster.
You're just swinging the stick. But I believe there's some fitness required.
Yes, there is.
There is fitness.
And the length that you spend playing like one game, right? Aren't there 18 holes?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you need that endurance. No.
Do the first 9, you
do
feel
all
like you're
18
about
holes.
to die.
If you're not physically fit, just standing for an hour.
Yeah. Imagine walking around the course, man.
And
Yeah, if you ain't got no cardio, you know.
You'll be the guy or the woman sitting in the golf cart.
Yeah.
And do we always have a golf cart at all our golf courses?
In Zambia, we rarely have a golf cart. I haven't seen a single golf cart at Musamba either.
There's one I saw at Musamba. I think he owned it, so he came.
Yeah, he came with his golf cart. Yeah, most definitely.
It's
Yeah,
something
he was just like, yo, I can't find those down there. I'm
It's
gonna get
something
myself
like an
more.
urban legend at this point. You know,
Yeah.
I saw a golf cart once.
In Chilanga.
I was 13.
Never saw it again.
Anyway, guys, you guys have been brilliant as always. I think we've come to the end of the show. It's been another freestyle conversing segment, and everybody is welcome to hit us up on WhatsApp or the Facebook page, or comment in the on the YouTube page, just to let us know if they have any requests, or if you have an outside the box type of personality. Hit us up. Come on the show. I've been your host, Mr. Pars, or you can call me Sunday.
I am Malundu the Kingpin.
Magu Manahampi Wede.
And Sanjay, the conscious fighter.
Hey, that's what's up.
Nice.
Until the next one. 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 The next one.
Chilanga Converses.